Good morning, everyone. So, yes, in the last class, we have done the exercises of this chapter number 17, and today we are going to continue with our topic, that is types of urban settlements. Okay, as I told you, on the basis of economic activity, there are two types. The first is rural settlement, and another one is urban settlement. Okay. On the basis of economic activity, we can define that there are two types of settlement. The first is rural and another one is urban. Now, urban settlement again has many types under it, okay, which is the main topic of our today's video. Okay, so urban settlement में भी बहुत different towns होते हैं. वो कौन से towns होते हैं? That is what we are going to read here. Okay, now so coming to on this page number, types of urban settlements. Urban settlements are further classified on the basis of function and the economic activity. Means they all urban settlement all are doing economic activity, but what is the main economic activity of these areas? That defines what are their types. Okay. Now, administrative town first. As we can take an example of New Delhi, as I told you in previous videos also, that from the middle century, New Delhi has been the hub of administration. Okay, that is why we can say that New Delhi is the administrative town, because most of the administrative activities are done from New Delhi. Okay, so administrative towns are centers of administration and governance or national and state capital, such as New Delhi and Bengaluru, India. Other examples are also given here, which are the capitals. Second is market or trading towns. Market towns are those where trading work is done. For example, here no example is given from India, but we can take an example of Surat. Surat, where most of the marketing activities are done. That can be an example of marketing towns. So, market or trading town develop as centers of buying and selling, as well as for distribution of agricultural and industrial produce. Then we have third, defense town. Defense towns are those towns which are near to a border, and these are the towns where military hub is over there, and people are involved in military activities in order to protect our borders from the neighboring countries. Those are called as defense towns. We can take an example of Pathankot, India, or in Rajasthan also we have कहते हैं ना various kind of, for example, Jodhpur is there, Jodhpur which is near to the border. That is why these kind of towns are called as defense towns. Okay. Then we have mining towns. As the name suggests, the main activity of these towns is mining. Obviously, there must be mining sites over there, and if mining sites are over there, then people are going to do the mining over there. We can take an example of Karnataka, where mining work is also done. So these are called as mining towns. Then we have an industrial towns. As the name suggests, industrial towns are those towns where many types of huge industries are there. For example, Jamshedpur, India. Jamshedpur, which is very famous for iron and steel industries. So this kind of town is called as industrial town. Industrial towns are centers of industrial activity and automatically attract people for employment, such as Jamshedpur, India. Then we have collection centers. Okay, so collection centers are those areas where raw material collection is done. In these kind of towns, industries are not there, nor they are rural areas, but these are the kind of towns where collection is done. Okay, collection centers are places like mining town, lumbering centers, and fishing ports. What is lumbering? Lumbering means cutting of wood. Okay, that is called as lumbering centers, where raw material obtained and refined to a certain extent. However, there are no industries in such areas. For example, Mangaluru, India. Okay, so these are called as collection centers. Moving on, we have cultural and education town centers. Can we take an example of Kota for as an education center? Because most of the people who are preparing for engineering go to Kota in order to get training and tuitions from over there, because Kota is famous for it. Okay, and cultural centers are those where cultural activities are done. So these are the called as cultural and education centers. Are well known for their cultural significance and promotion of art, culture and education. Shanti Niketan in India is an example of cultural town. Okay. Then we have religious towns. So religious towns are those towns where religious activities are done, or which is a main pilgrimage, or a lot of people travel to these places in order to pay their dues to the pilgrimages. Okay, for example, Varanasi, India is a religious town. Then we have port town. Port town, as the name suggests, these are the towns which is near to a port. Okay, and shipping activities are done over here. So these are called as port towns. So port towns on the coast may come up where a national harbor exists. For example, Kolkata and Mumbai. As you know, Kolkata, Mumbai, both the areas are areas which is near to the near to a water resource. So these are called as port towns. Resort towns are those areas where people visit in order to recreate themselves, in order to freshen up. For example, you go to Nainital or Darjeeling or Ooty when you have holidays. So there are so many sceneries over there. So you just feel refreshed over there. So, and where you can find various kind of resorts over there. A lot of recreational activities are done in these towns. So these are called as resort towns. Cater to the recreational need of the people and are famous centers of tourist attraction. For example, Darjeeling, India, Ooty, India. Then we have residential towns. Any kind of a town where people are living and are related to various kind of activities, that is called a residential town. Refers to the suburbs and small towns which serve as the residence of a large population, such as Chandigarh, India. Okay, so what we have done today? Today we have understood that what are the different types of town, different types of urban settlements. Okay, so all these are the types of urban settlements. Now today we are going to do some question answers also. We have done this exercise, we have done answer the following in one sentence also, and today we are going to do the question number 4, first part. Enumerate the factors responsible for the choice of location and growth of a settlement. मीनिंग सेटलमेंट की जो आप चॉइस करते हो लोकेशन की, वो कौन से फैक्टर्स पे डिपेंड करती है, उसकी ग्रोथ कौन से फैक्टर्स पे डिपेंड करती है, दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव टू टेल. सो द आंसर इज गिवन ऑन पेज नंबर 163. पेज नंबर 163. Yes, here. Now, on page number 163, left hand side under the heading of settlements, the choice of location for a settlement, its growth and evolution are influenced by a number of factors such as topography of the region, availability of water, fertile soil, and favorable climate and trade potentials. These are the 5 major factors which helps in choosing a settlement. Okay. So this is your fourth question, first part. Fourth question, first part. And now we are going to do the fourth question, second part. Write a short note on the characteristics of rural settlement. The answer is on page number 165 under the heading of rural settlement. Here. Okay. Under the heading of rural settlement. Yes. So, first of all, you have to write down the heading of rural settlement. Then there will be 2 points. The first point is this one. The economy is based on any form of primary activity such as agriculture, fishing and livestock rearing. Cottage industry that are based upon the local raw material are usually an integral feature of rural settlement. Then you will write down the second point also. The population is small and the density of population is low in rural areas. So this is your question number 4, second part, and you will be writing these 2 points. Okay. So today's homework is that you have to go through what we have done today, that is types of urban settlement, and you will be doing these 2 questions in your copy also. Okay. Thank you so much.